Thanks for joining us here in the charts. It is the Market Beast edition. Yes, it is your fellow competitor speaking. Welcome back to another episode of the Napoleon Macro Show. What we're going to do on this video is very simple. A lot of bullish momentum just happened in the market today. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500 and take a look at 2 time frames to truly understand what to look for within the next 48 hours if the title suggests that. I'm going to give you guys very specific details. Please stick around to the end. We'll comb through it and make it short and sweet. So let's do it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Thanks for sticking around, all my loyal subscribers. Let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here. Sure. So today is March the 16th, 2022, and the previous close of the S&P 500, $4,357.85, slightly positive 2.2% for the day. Okay. Today we're not going over any like rate hikes or anything like that, guys. I'm not intelligent enough to go over to give you an educated answer about that, like why things happen. Only thing we're gonna go over is price action. All right, let's do it, guys. So here's the one line in the sand. Okay. Again, if the title suggests like 48 hours, that is simply because of the weekly close. Okay, so within the next 1 day and 21 hours, this is an active weekly candle. We will know how this candle closes, towards the close within the next 48 hours. So here's exactly what to look for. Just 2 things, guys. Super simple on the weekly candles. Okay, what you're going to look for is a bullish engulfing candle. That's it. That's the first thing. Okay. So you see how this candle, this candle to the right of this red candle, what you want to do is make sure that this is actually a sustainable candle that closes as a bullish engulfing candle. Again, I stress the importance of understanding that this is an active candle. It has not closed. Let's see if the bullish trajectory will continue throughout the next 48 hours as this weekly candle closes, and let's see if we can get a close above $4,345. One may ask, okay, well, why is the $4,345 level so important? Why not 4,346, right? Like, it's an approximate number. And the reason that the charts are suggesting that level, is not particularly me suggesting that level, guys, because when you back out, I think we had this line on the chart on the last video. What I'm going to do is just kind of point out the multiple touch points, the close proximity of that red line, 4,345. So if you're looking over here to the kind of left of the screen, you'll notice it kind of starts out there where it kind of broke above it, right? And then the next candle wicked below it, closed above it, closed below it, open below it, right? So I'm just pointing out the multiple touch points, all the activity over here kind of closed above it, right? So that's the reason why that is the line in the sand in terms of the charts. Again, not me, not my emotions, guys, just the previous level of support. If you look close enough, right, you'll notice that that's just simply the previous level of support on the chart. So that's why that is the most important level. So if we do get the bullish engulfing candle that I just explained on the chart, the next candle will be very important to stay above $4,345. Why, one may ask? Because remember, guys, there's not just buyers. So let's just say we actually get the bullish engulfing weekly candle. That doesn't necessarily mean that, yes, it's time to get full on bullish. Napoleon, he's right, once every blue moon. Now it's time to get bullish because he noticed this. No, guys, there's buyers and there's sellers. Meaning that if this weekly candle closes as a bullish engulfing candle, you have to give the counterparty an opportunity to make a bearish counter move. And that simply would be for the sellers to, close back below the previous level of support. So if we get the bullish engulfing candle, and next week, if there's a little bit of selling pressure, people start getting nervous. As soon as they see like a red screen, they just start getting nervous. At least now you know that if we do get the bullish engulfing candle next week, as long as the price action will now use 4,000, not now. It has not happened, guys. Okay, this is not a video saying this is going to happen. It's just strategically pointing out exactly what to look for and the level. Okay, but let's just again use our imagination here and say it does close a bullish engulfing, and next week the sellers make an attempt to push the price to the downside. Okay, but the weekly candles maintain support above 4,345. Yeah, guys, that's it. It appears that the markets are finished retracing for now, and it's likely that the uptrend will continue to the upside. Okay. Now, let me just kind of further elaborate why I say the weekly bullish engulfing candles are pretty important, because I just kind of went back in time and I was able to find three, and correct me in the comment section if this is correct or incorrect, but I do think that these are legitimate bullish engulfing candles. I think this one may be off, but again, you can kindly correct me down in the comment section if this is incorrect. But every single time I found a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame, okay, this is important, the time frame, the weekly time frame, it was quickly preceded by a move to the upside. If you're noticing the examples here, this little small area over here, back in January the 25th, 2021, we have another example here, November 2020. And this is actually the one that I pointed out on Alessio Restanio's channel back when he was bullish over here. I'm not promoting any channels, guys. I'm just letting you guys know who I learn from and who I watch on YouTube. Okay, I let him know that there was a bullish engulfing candle right here back in March 2020, and as you can see, that was actually the start of a pretty epic move to the upside. I think it moved up like 89% from the lows approximately, and it took just under 700 days, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So it moved up over 100%. So yeah, that's really, really nice. Okay, about 644 days. Okay, so last but not least, let's actually pull up the daily candles. I got a pretty interesting comment. I just want to make sure that I drive this home so that we're all clear. Let's pull up the 50 and the 200 exponential moving averages. And if you guys were able to watch our last video, hopefully I'll leave a link for it. We were pointing out the higher lows. Again, I have to say this. I'm only focusing on the candles bodies. When I look for higher lows, it doesn't mean that I'm doing it the right way. We all look at price action different. Some we do it the same, but this is the way that I look at price action. When I'm finding higher lows, I'm only focusing on the wicks and the candles bodies, but more so the candles bodies. So if you look at the screen, I found a low, and then I found a higher low, whether it's the open comparison to the close or not. And then I found another higher low. Okay, that wasn't quite lined up perfectly, but yeah, I think you guys get it. So when I found that on the daily candles, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't so aggressively trying to get short the market, guys, because when I seen this information in the charts on the daily candles, I said, no, I can't get bullish there, because the daily candles are suggesting that the buyers are having interest in this range, and it's likely the next thing that they're going to do, or at least attempt to do, is revisit the previous level of resistance, guys, and that's $4,400, which is what we did mention in the video. Although we did not get the levels correct, I think I said just set your stop at like 4,193. It's like you would have gotten stopped out over here. So I mean, the levels weren't precise enough to actually make any money on your sim account. This is not financial advice, but nevertheless, we were on the right track in terms of finding the higher lows and understanding that when you're looking for a higher low, right? Higher low or a double bottom, as we mentioned on the previous video, that is evidence in the chart that the buyers are interested in that area, and they will likely attempt to revisit the previous level of resistance if you are dealing with an overall uptrending market. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully we're all clear that as we mentioned on the last video, and we'll close it out here, that remember, when you have the cross, when the cross is approaching, whether it's to the upside or the downside, guys, you always get that counter push, whether it's a bullish or a bearish counter push. It's likely when you're looking at your 50 and your 200 exponential moving averages. In this case, the 50 and the 200 exponential moving averages appear to want to have the cross down. Whew, gotta catch my breath. Sorry, guys. So when the cross is attempting to happen to the downside, you get that bullish counter move to the upside, and that is exactly what's happening. And if you kind of, just to give you an example, if you invert the chart, like just kind of imagine, that these are the, the bullish candles just coming out of a downtrending market. So once you get that support above the 50 and the 200, and when the cross is approaching, right, the 50 is trying to cross above the 200, which is the bullish case, and vice versa in the opposite direction, the sellers, they attempt to prevent the cross. And that's pretty much all the information that I have. I think a lot of people know that. I'm no genius for like saying that. I think a lot of people are aware of the 50 and the 200 exponential cross attempt, and then you get that, that counter push. So I just want to continue to say that, guys, but I think a lot of you who follow me closely know that. And that is the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and you learned something. So we'll wrap it up here, guys. If you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb, I'd appreciate it, below the video, and also leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video. Thank you for your contributions. If you guys are new, we also explore Bitcoin for now, okay? So you can kindly join us here on this interesting journey, and we'll send that out to you in due time, all right? Once again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember, guys, always have a strategy, or these markets will take your capital from you, okay? That's super important. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon, and bye for now, guys and gals.